Look at me, look happy and healthy. I'm just kidding. What's going on, everybody? Bear with us as we get through that wonderful world of transitioning. Getting everything ready to lock and load here. Alright, there's phase 1. And phase 2. Alright. What's going on, everybody? Close that down for a second. Alright, and there we go. Hey, look at that. Suddenly it tells me when people are here. It's almost like technology is finally agreeing to work. Alright. Hey, there we go. And we got some comments. Hey, what's going on, Justin, Tones, Jay? Well, I've been putting off finishing this one for a while, and I figured might as well actually try and get it done tonight. Changing up a few things. Gonna try and not have to actually edit, as far as camera angles and things like that. So let's give it a go, shall we? It's like everything's fine, everything's fine. So I wasn't sure if I mentioned it, but it took me a couple of days to be able to actually access my vids here. It was mildly annoying because it was like, hey, just go here and you should be able to do this, and it was like, nope, denied. So could be worse problems to have, but then of course now it's the, okay, now that you've downloaded them, time to go in and do all the edits. Could be worse problems to have, but at the same time, what are you going to do? So, seeing what kind of delay we're looking at tonight, too. Yeah. I think it's aptly appropriate considering that they literally just announced GwenVerse. Because I was just like, that's a working title for this one. We'll call it Enter the GwenVerse. And it's like, nope, we're actually going to do that as a book. I'm like, sometimes I got to stop looking ahead like that, Yeah, I just kind of I had this idea. I honestly don't remember when I started sketching this out at this point, but I was like, okay, well, what if we did like a gender bend situation, where like everybody was the opposites. Surprised that word hasn't been amended recently, as a side note. But I figured it'd be a nice, good little filler. Yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Let me put it this way. I'm intrigued by who got in charge of doing the concepts for the pieces. Because these days, basically, any kind of variant like that, there's a chance of getting a toy or a TV show or something related to it. So they're going to be doing something with it. Like, oh, it's a toy line of Gwen's. Get all that completionist monies. Look at me, look happy and healthy. Yeah, like this is how far I got last time, was literally like, I'll fill in the blacks. And then life. And it was just like, well, so much for that. Insert topical conversation. Anybody. Feel free to jump on in. What movies am I excited that are coming out? You know, that's a good question. So I've been doing this whole, I can go see movies when once I'm done with projects kind of deal, like, as a reward or treat. And I feel like I've just been kind of just not been able to. So I'm very excited to go see Ghostbusters. Yes, the internet's already ruined lots of the behind the scenes and things like that, and the Easter eggs and whatnot. I'm kind of excited to see Eternals. Curious to see how that goes out. I'm about 50-50 on Spider-Verse for a few reasons, but it really just boils down to, or not Spider-Verse, No Way Home, is I don't want it to turn into some sort of, just hear everybody's drawing 20,000 characters again. Like, it sounds weird, but whenever like a movie of that size comes out, somebody will go, "Hey, do you have this character from this version of this movie?" And I'm like, "Well, I've got that version." So you're like sitting there going, "I'm sorry, I can't control everything." So that's the. It'll be like, "Hey, can you draw this version of Jamie Lee's character or this version of this character?" But I mean, other than that, I don't think I know too many films that are out at the moment or coming out. Like I think House of Gucci got announced. Like I literally just found out about that yesterday. I was like, that's trippy. I didn't even know that was a thing. And it seems like it has a very interesting cast between Adam Driver and Jared Leto, and I think Al Pacino's in it too. Like it's, and then of course Gaga. So seems like it'll be a crazy. I'll tell you what though, I just watched Nicolas Cage Pig last night, and that was great. That was a great movie. Really well filmed, and I just really enjoyed it. And I don't think that is going to. How should I put this nicely? I don't think it's going to do well. Just because of the name and the way people are bioing the story. And it's, in my opinion, like I said, it's really good. Oh, cool. The Batman for next year. Oh yeah, that is next year. I don't think that's this year. I was like, I think we're all trying to get used to the concept of okay, now we're going back to movies in theaters. Like they're really, really plugging hard with Encante. I'm actually looking forward to that one a little bit. Minus, what is his name? Manuel, whatever. Hamilton. Minus the Hamilton bit. I'm really looking forward to that. Like that, I think comes out this week too. So it's like, well, I'm gonna be broke, but the goal, of course, is to work first. So we'll see how that goes. What's his name again? It's not Francis Manipul. Lin Manuel something Miranda. I don't care for the gentleman, frankly. But I get it. Manuel Juan Miranda, yeah. In the Heights. Yeah, with high hopes. See, I mean, it really just boils down to is I get it. He's their new Alan Menken, and you know, fills some things, but just not my deal. I am gonna go try to. Thankfully, somebody here in the house has Netflix, so I'm gonna try and watch that Adam Garfield movie that he just, what was it, co-wrote about the guy who wrote Rent. I'm gonna give it a shot at least. See how good it is. I mean, if it sucks, it sucks. Life goes on. Excuse me. Those are what I like to call my body telling me, hey dude, relax, it's okay. You can be yourself and express yourself. I'm like, no, I'm nervous. Why are you nervous? Because I'm kept everything very, very quiet for the last year. Listening. Trying to figure out the world. Are those Ugg boots? Lin. Oh, Lin Manuel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing is like, you know, trying to remember that who's got time. If they're not part of your daily life, then don't worry about it. Trying to do this as much in order as possible, like staying in this section and then going over. But there's a lot of bits here that I'm still trying to. I need to go in and do some of the pencils on this a little bit more refined for the robot spider reversal here. I'll do. Alright, so his arm goes into that space. Is his arm the right way? I gotta look at this upside down for a second. Yeah. His arm's fine. There we go. I just wanted to fix that real quick before I did anything too crazy. See, I haven't been to a movie theater since being up here, so for me, this is like it feels almost like new territory, I guess you could say, in the sense of I'm literally like trying to learn a new movie theater. Like the last one I went to a movie theater was when I was in vacation after Salt Lake Comic Con when I went to South Jordan. Let's see. Did I want to put his bag on here? Nah. Like I said, perils of designs. Trying to create your own. I mean, I could, but I don't know. Maybe I can switch this arm up and add it. Megaplex. Well, I mean, we have Cinemark and of course AMC, and then there's a bunch of random locals. But like up in this area of Plano, it's all very. They're trying to capitalize on that more higher expense aspect, where it's like, oh, have a seat. You know, come and enjoy the experience and like eat and drink and be merry. And it's like sometimes you just want to go see a movie theater and have some popcorn. So I'll figure it out, but you know, it's still knowing new things. Like I know where it's at, and it's just one of those like seems like it's a longer journey than it actually is. It's weird keeping this all in one place, not adjusting camera angles or anything. Did I ever do the Cinema Cafe in VA? Yes, I did. Back when I lived in the 757, that was quite a frequent thing, right across from the Wendy's over there. well, not across, but basically. There was like a youth church and a bunch of other stuff, and then but yeah, it's pretty much a cinema cafe. $1.50 Tuesdays. I don't remember $1.50 Tuesday, but yeah, like if I have to choose, probably I like a Cinemark. And that's the thing is, it's like it's 10 minutes away, but it's just one of those getting back into that habit after last year. Like me, I love going into an empty theater, but it's the getting back into that experience. There we go. Nice and anime-y. I'll fix some more of the robot here in a second. I'm sitting there going, no, quick, do it. And it's like, no, finish up the other parts of this first. I need to put that other foot in here. How do we avoid the tangent lines? On Sunday at 10 a.m. for Ghostbusters, the whole row I was on was full by an old lady who cackled at everything. Cool. I'm happy to hear it. It means that people are finally getting comfortable with going back there, which, you know, could be good and bad. So we will see. I would say Sunday is more of a full day. To be fair. All right. How would you feel about Disney releasing NFT comics on Vive? First, I'm hearing of it. I've already seen them doing their little golden statues. They've been using that as an experiment. In case you hadn't seen those, Disney has been selling those quite efficiently with little 3D statues of characters in gold as NFT based items. I mean, I think in the long run, I think it'll be something that ends up getting canceled. But in the meantime, that's what different strokes for different folks, I suppose. I mean, in the long scheme of things, it's just it's a combination of data mining and a virtual version of collection. And it's like we've been down that road already a couple of times between different versions of things. It's just this one seems to be actually successful in its operation. There's one artist I follow on TikTok, and I actually enjoy some of the work he does. But he's just kind of set everything up as auction based, and he's like, okay, I get this percentage if you sell it to anybody else or trade it to anybody else. And they have to agree to those terms. If they're running through that website, they can't run it through another system, so on and so forth. But sometimes it's just cool to watch other people do it. Like, there's a couple of guys who, like, for example, one of the guys who worked on the Injustice comic book for DC based on the video game. They've actually, made some good change doing NFTs and things based on their artwork, and then doing art for hire. And so, it's just under the market in the long scheme of things. Well, I think the keys, as far as issues, again, it's a virtual system, so it's like, well, if you're referring to like key issues kind of deal, or you're talking about license keys. Because I have noticed that certain ones of these, they go, hey, we're only going to have 4 of this piece or 10 of this piece available for anybody to own. Silly technology. I have background noise because I figured out I can't listen to it. When you buy one, you're buying it as a mystery box. You get a 1 in 5 variant of a box. Yeah, so I mean, they're doing it like a real book in that case. They're like, oh, what about a variant edition? You can unlock it like a loot box. Gotta love it. Do 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 do. Sorry, I just realized my giant ass head got in the middle of this thing. Let's lower that, shall we? Do 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 do. Do you play video games at all? I do, actually. I don't get to play as often as I like. I actually just found my headset again. As far as that's concerned. So that makes me happy. But, yeah, lately I've been playing something from the same studio that did Sniper Elite series, and it's I think it's World War Zombie or World War 4 Zombie. I'm trying to remember the exact name at the moment, and it's escaping me. You bought a PS5. Good for you, man. I don't have a PlayStation. Technically, I have a PlayStation in the house because I think I bought one so that my sister could play like Kingdom Hearts, but she might have given that away. I know she just brought the Xbox I gave her back, so part of me is excited because I've been having some issues trying to play my Alice Madness Returns. So with my normal Xbox, because it's like you have to sign into your old Xbox account, and I'm like, I don't remember that crap, and it's not activated to my current system. But I digress. So we'll look at that. But I've got the Xbox One. Otherwise, I've always tried to go back to PC gaming, but it's just, to me, that's a very it seems like a very toxic community as far as gaming. Like, they'll blame it on lag or they'll blame it on this. But for the longest time, I was playing mobiles and some of these Steam created games. because it was part of my industry. It was what I was doing. I was literally just drawing whatever the newest trending thing was, or trying to stay on top of it. Yeah, I like the cobweb end there. It wasn't originally in part of the design, but I like it. Oh wait, that's gonna be black. 5 points. To sell my kids, play the Switch. Yeah, I mean, as far as the zombie game is, it's basically I'm just playing like horde mode from like Gears of War, but with zombies. So they use a fairly intelligent and plot, but I mean, it's not a great plot. It's fairly intelligent gaming engine as far as like the computer is concerned. They, long story short, I guess this used to be part of the actual game itself, and then they just made it its own game separately. But it used to be like an expansion holiday pack. And it became like a full game, and it's at the end of World War II. Hitler, dies and is sent to hell, but then, the Thule Society and whatever have you bring him back. And, when they do that, every single time, it's, you have to defeat him or defeat somebody related to him. And, like, this one, you come in and it's like, okay, they've already done this before, and somebody's trying to bring him back again. But they've already brought the zombies back, and everyone's just trying to survive through the zombies. So it's like, look, we're just trying to live, man, at this point. And fast forward, and you're just running around like these guys, and you're trying to make sure you can get down to the end of the boss level and fight the Uber tank that Hitler's at the top of while he's shooting zombies at you and fireballs and raining fire from whatever. But it's it's definitely not an easy game, on comparison to some, because you have to actually ammo reserves and upgrade your weapons whenever you get to a safe house in order to survive, and the more you expand, the more you can win. So they definitely know their mechanics. Borderlands 3. See, I own Borderlands 3 and I haven't been able to finish playing it, and I think it's just because I wanted to hear the story. And I stopped right after they took her powers. Like the very next section, like right after it, where you're trying to chase through. And let's see, I think the first mini boss, some fire related dude, like that's like literally like the last part for Borderlands 3, or is it 4? No, that's 3. It's like the prequel always messes me up. I was like, I don't remember. Why don't I remember these things? Okay. Who needs a straight edge? Please ignore while... There we go. Good enough, because this is not super relevant to the actual piece itself. It's just me going, I wanted it so that she's opened the door and gone, oh my goodness, look at all these versions of me. And then it's New York, so I'll cheat and give this a nice wire mesh so it doesn't distract. too much. That'll do. Alright. Does wide open for this. I caved and got a Series S a few weeks ago. But I haven't played anything Xbox in a year. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I was, while I was in South Korea, I was kind of just drawn. I was kind of just, I was playing like Army Men Strike on my phone. And the year before, I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! And, just kind of just generally speaking, I wasn't too, focused on it. And I think it just comes down to is sometimes when you're on the road, you just don't have the time. And that's a skylight, so I need a vanishing wall. That's annoying. And we'll fix it later. He said. We'll fix it later. There we go. How's that for a tangent? So I think we'll go ahead and just make this whole area up here black. I'm just visiting my family. My folks are there right now. Alright, I gotta flip this again. Well, that didn't transition the way I had anticipated it, but life goes on. It's an easy fix. Do. Let's see how we're looking on the old cam. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Alright, I need to put some legs here. And then figure out some sort of background area going on here. Alright, let's get to some pencils. Where the devil did I put my other pencil? Survey says, I don't remember. Do 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 do. And this will do. Did I lose comments? What happened? I mean, to be honest, some days I don't either. But again, this is one of those things where I started this piece, I don't know how long ago, and it was like, oh yeah, I probably should go ahead and finish this, especially now that it's like the really cool idea I had is basically already been done. Now they're like, well, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna take that to the next level of this. I'm like, oh well, life goes on. Scratch, 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 scratch. Scratchy, 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 scratchy. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Alright, I think it's time to bring out a black. All right. Now to try to remember. Excuse me. Is this a black space? I don't remember. I want to cheat. So much for that concept. I'll cheat by looking at this. Denied. Okay, screw it. That one's black. The next one will be this pattern. Pattern, pattern, pattern. and brought me to life. What's a multiverse concept I'd like to see? I guess the problem is that they've already done it already. As far as like almost every major plot line between Thorverse and Venomverse and everything else as far as ideas. I mean, they did a Deadpool versus, which was technically the same thing, so it was like, I mean, I don't mind what ifs or Elseworlds. It's just for some reason, like every once in a while, those plots just go weird. Let's see. Like I said, pretty much everything's already been done. I mean, shoot, I've got the Amalgam verse as my go-to. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them try to continue the back verse of those with updated, like, here's what you've been missing. Like, well, since the 90s and early 2000s. That's a tough one. Let me think. Because that Thor storyline, because they were supposed to be like anybody is worthy can be worthy, and that kind of just trickled off. I don't recall anything past the farmer. Like they were like anybody can be worthy now, and like wait, what? Go back. It's like I need y'all to back up a second and explain a couple more things. Like Thor as Odin was like, hey, okay, everyone can be Thor now. Just to make a point, except for Tony Stark. I don't know. What about you, dude? What kind of universe are you looking to see? Gamora goes evil and does the snap. Oh wait, that's been done before too. They all depowered and must use mechs. That's the best I've got. I think they actually just did that. Like they were trying to sell that comic, those that toy line where it's like everybody's in a mech suit. I think they just did that storyline as well. I mean, shoot, I just discovered that I missed an entire storyline. Once again, thanks to the wonders of TikTok, I discovered that I apparently missed an entire storyline as to who was the spider creature that was being manipulated on Spider Island. And I was like, oh, well, that would have been nice to know a while ago, because my butt would have been reading that much more closely. They already did, yep, fake people taking over people's bodies multiple times. I don't know what to do right now, because one of my go-to characters that I really enjoy is Scarlet Spider, and they just redid his thing again, so he's back to being Spidey, and that took an extreme that I did not plan on seeing happening either. Like, I'm down. Like, I really like the costume because it's like, it's just enough of his old slight redesign when he became Spidey again, and it's just enough original design. But oh boy, that is, I'm like, I feel like we're just repeating what we did a couple of years ago at this point. We'll just have to see. Yeah, so there's an artist that I follow, Patrick something. Patrick Finch, I want to say. Patrick Finch. He does most of the, like, the Hasbro toy line stuff. And so he does a whole Patreon, like, trying to teach people how to draw or posing in dynamic shots and things like that. And 9 times out of 10, I end up seeing some of those designs from him. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. That's a thing. Like, they did a whole, like, they tried to do a mini toy line too. So, like, Thanos gets a mech, and Captain America got a mech, and Hulk got a mech. And it was like, wait, what? What? It was almost like they were trying too much to just get some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Manga going. That sounds right, yeah. Like some sort of manga or anime. They were like, how do we make this happen? Which, for all we know, who knows? Maybe they already had a line in the, you know, over there, and they were just trying to see if they could merch it, cross-merch over here. I want to feel bad, man. There's like, the thing is I think you guys have heard me say this already about there's no new stories. There's only new storytellers, you know, or different storytellers. So it's just a matter of who's telling the story. Like, oh, it's super original. I'm like, it's not. It's this storyline meets this storyline. And just like that, with some extra shadow, got a nice little tangent with black shadows going on here. Follow the shadow line. Yep. The perils, the perils, the perils. I don't know. I think I wouldn't mind seeing them try to bring back. They did a quick storyline where like everything was Halloween monstered, like everybody was a vampire or werewolf or something. I wouldn't mind seeing how like that kind of transition world get a little bit of mutants meets Hotel Transylvania action going. I can get on board with that. That's just me, probably. So. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get this to angle up on the camera just right. Do 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 do. Hey. And then we're gonna hit that zoom out. Blam. Oh. All right, so because this particular one is going to involve some color and things like that, I am probably going to go ahead and let this dry before I erase it. So, take it from there, see what's what. But, yep. So, throw a few things here and there. But yeah, I'm going to let this dry and then I'm going to fix whatever lines I can. Let it dry in overnight and then I'm going to do the erasing and then figure out the rest of this. So, long story short, obviously, you got Spider-Man Noir's counterpart, so the Gwen Noir. And this is kind of like the Ben Parker character. So, if he was going casual costume, girl, whatever, he's, got a hoodie, obviously, but it's a more casual hoodie. And then, you know, he's got Ugg boots, you know, kind of very casual outfit, nothing too crazy. Breakup wise, classic Spider-Gwen. The robot with the spider, and of course the Asian counterpart character, the ghost spider pig version. So I guess I honestly don't remember what they called her when they did a redesign. Like, I think Mike Ringo got to do it once, or he did a counterpart once, and then somebody else just kind of took it when it was actually Spider-Gwen, because Ringo wasn't alive then. But anyways, you get the idea. Me draw things, post artworks later. So I figured we'd do a nice little quick stream and, you know, take it from there. So at least we finally got the line work done on this bad boy, so that makes me happy. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and shut on down for the night and go back to work on other things. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and of course, if you're watching it later, appreciate that as well. And of course, I hate to be that cliche, but you know what those buttons do. The shares and likes and things like that. But they do add up, so thank you guys again. Justin J, Tones, obviously, thank you guys for the questions and commentary, because otherwise I have absolutely nothing to talk about. Like, what's going on? I'm like, well, I am drawing. What else are you doing? I am drawing. Without that. So, later, guys. Till next time, indeed.